Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Semper.Reefing, and here is an update on my 200-gallon mixed reef. It's been a few months since my last update, and I've just been busy, but the tank's still going, and it's doing pretty well. I'm going to try to make this video short, but I'll get into it. I've added a good bit of new things, some new equipment, and I guess I'll just go from left to right. I got this beautiful Holy Grail for a heck of a deal, and it was a single head splitting in two, and I'm pretty sure it's fully split into two now. It's pretty big, and it's very happy. I moved this weeping willow toadstool back here. It was originally in this area, and it was just getting too big and kind of starting to shade stuff out. And I didn't want to get rid of it because I've grown it, I grew it from the size of a $50. I've got my jawbreaker dropping some new babies. So I put it in the basket, and I've got some friends I want to give those babies to that have helped me out. Just a lot of growth. Everything is doing very well. I added these rocks. Well, actually, I changed the whole Rockscape, and I think this will be the final scape. I just wanted more surface area up a little bit higher for the SPS, and they are all doing very well up there. And I kind of shifted some rock, this rock over here, and I actually kind of like the way it looks. There's actually a good bit of space behind the rocks there. It's not all stacked up. Well, it is stacked, but there's a good pocket of space back there for the fish. For this corner, it was pretty bare before, and I just was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I grabbed this rock with this big green hammer on it from my 50 Lagoon and put it there. And all of my hammers are doing very well there. And my clownfish enjoy it. Did pick up a couple new hammers. I've got an orange one, and I picked up a peach one. This one's doing really well too, and I'm happy because I got this I got that piece almost 3 years ago, and I had pollet bailed out to one head, and now it's just grown back very nicely. All the SPS are doing really well too. I'll pull up some top-down shots. I finally locked in my calcium reactor, and it took me a while. I'm still pretty new to calcium reactors. This is my first one. And the issue I was having was it was just pushing so much air through the top of it, and the effluent line wasn't dripping consistently, if that makes sense. So after some time, I figured out that was my problem, and I saw a post from Randy from BRS on Reef to Reef, and it basically fixed my problem. I ended up pushing water into the calcium reactor and pulled the air tube out so it could fill up, and once it was full, I switched my pump to pull water through it, and I've definitely noticed a difference. Anyways, calcium reactor's good. I've got the two little fishies reborn media in there, and I finally got a steady alkalinity. It was pretty inconsistent before. Also added this 60-inch sky blue light bar, and no, it is not an Orphic bar. It is an Alibaba light bar that I got. Well, I got 2 of them for $190 shipped. Although it did take a month and a half for them to come in, it was worth it. That is a Reef day, and I took it off because it just doesn't blend well with the rest of the tank. It was kind of just like just a streak of light across the middle, and I took it off. It just didn't look good. I wish I had gotten another Sky Blue or Blue Plus. Maybe I'll put in another order down the road. We'll see. But this light bar alone is really doing all I need it to, and that's to give the SPS a little bit more light and more of an actinic light. I do have it on a timer running during like my peak hours, and it does put off a good bit of light. I turned my radions off and put this thing on 100%. It does have a dimmable switch, so I did have it on 100%. And right up here at the top with the light bar alone, I was getting 250 par, which I didn't think it would be that much. So right now I have it running with my Radeon schedule, and I have it set at 60%. So I was getting pretty low par down in this area. I want to keep it around 200 for all the SPS, at least 200. So I'm getting about 220 to 250 there, 350 to 400 on the top, pretty much 200 on the bottom, and then like the 150s over here. I'm very happy with it. I also got an Enaly ozone generator, and I actually just installed it last night. Still trying to kind of figure it out. Put the activated carbon on my skimmer, and luckily all my filtration's in the garage, but I do smell the strong odor of ozone in my tent, and I don't know if that's just because it's trying to, I don't know how to say, I guess what I think is it's just running pretty hard to get my ORP up. I have it set to get my ORP to 350, and I'm dosing 135 milligrams an hour. So I'm going to give it a couple days and see if I notice that much of a difference. I'm sure I will. I actually had to order an extension for my Neptune Apex so I can plug the ORP probe into my Apex versus into the Enaly unit. And I'll probably just have it, when I get my ORP up, I'll probably just run it at nighttime. I'm not too worried because it's in the garage, and then I just had a mini split installed in the garage, so there's a lot of circulating air in there. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's about it. This tank will be a year old March 1st, and I cannot believe how much progress has been made within 1 year. Beyond my expectations. I'm very happy with the way this tank's going and how it's matured this year. I did start this tank with dry everything, crushed coral, dry rock. I seeded a media brick in my 50 lagoon, and I got a piece of live rock from my local fish store. And I just think that's the best way to cycle a tank. And anyways, it worked for me. But that's it. Trying to keep this video short, under 10 minutes. Happy reefing and have a nice day.